November 25, 1177. A teenage king, Baldwin IV, grips reins with bandaged hands that rot beneath linen. Flesh gone in places, bone exposed. Leprosy doesn't kill quickly. It erases you while you watch. Ahead, Saladin's horizon-spanning army, 26,000 warriors, banners like storm clouds, manlets trained from childhood to kill. The Sultan, 40, undefeated, already planning victory feasts in Damascus. Behind Baldwin, 500 knights. Dented armor, chipped lances, exhausted horses. Odds, 52 to 1. Suicide by any military standard. Advisors begged him to stay behind Jerusalem's walls. Treatises say charge against such numbers is madness. His own body, nerves dead, joints swollen, skin splitting, screams retreat. Baldwin gives the order anyway. What unfolds in 3 hours defies explanation. Chroniclers call it miracle. Muslim historians call it divine punishment. Modern analysts still can't fully reconcile the math. But Montgisard wasn't won by steel alone. It was lost by Saladin 3 days earlier, a decision so logical it became fatal. Transition, torchlit throne room, young king on throne. Jerusalem, 1177, a dying city pretending to live. Cracked walls, empty streets, holy sites guarded by ghosts. The kingdom clings by will alone. Baldwin IV ascended at 13 after his father Amalric's death. Diagnosed with leprosy young, a divine curse that meant isolation, unmarked graves, erasure. Yet his mind remained razor sharp. His father saw it. The kingdom needed it. Now 16, Baldwin rules a realm on the brink. Europe has abandoned them. The Pope negotiates surrender terms quietly. Opposite him, Saladin, Yusuf ibn Ayyub, risen from commander to sultan, unites Egypt and Syria. Pious, brilliant, respected even by enemies. He commands gold from trade, endless troops, siege engines. His goal, Jerusalem. Autumn 1177. Saladin invades, bypasses Ascalon's fortress, sweeps north to cut sea supply lines, strangle the kingdom slowly. Textbook strategy. It always works. November 23rd. Saladin's army floods Crusader lands. Supply trains stretch miles. Tents, forges, food for 26,000. Confident, dispersed for foraging. No scouts watching his back. Why would he need them? The leper boy won't leave Jerusalem. Inside the city, desperation. Garrison 750 infantry. Knights 500. Templars 80. Raymond of Tripoli urges terms. Sire, we die if we ride out. Baldwin, trembling on his throne, asks one question. How fast can Saladin move when scattered? Raymond. Slower, sire. But... Baldwin. Then we hit him before he reforms. The room freezes. His advisors see a boy whose body fails, hands useless, legs barely gripping, yet eyes burn with clarity. November 24th. Baldwin, carried to armory on litter, strapped into armor, sword tied to wrist. Knights weep as he's lifted onto his warhorse, bound to the saddle. They march 45 miles in 36 hours, night and day, pace that would break healthy men. Baldwin keeps asking scouts, Is Saladin still spread out? Each yes draws a faint smile beneath bandages. He knows. Saladin's brilliance is his trap. The Sultan assumed no threat. Logical, correct, doomed. November 25th, dawn. Saladin's scouts ride in panicked. Crusader banners on the ridge. Saladin dismisses it. A patrol. They'll flee. Then he sees a silver-glinting figure, mythic mask aside, the leper king himself, atop the rise, 500 knights behind. For the first time, the undefeated Sultan realizes his mistake. 2 p.m. Baldwin's Witch forms, Templars in white with red crosses, secular knights who kiss families goodbye forever. Baldwin raises his bandaged hand, fingers shouldn't close, yet they do, and drops it forward. The charge begins. Arrows rain. Horses scream. Men fall. The line doesn't break. At 100 yards, Baldwin somehow draws his sword, tied to wrist, lifts it high. 500 knights see their dying king hold steel aloft. Something primal erupts, fury, grief, faith. At 50 yards, Muslim horses shy. At 10 yards, front ranks flee. The Templar wedge crashes like thunder. Mamluks vanish under hooves, lances, weight of charging knights. The charge doesn't wheel away. It drives through, a blade through flesh. Secular knights pour into the breach. Saladin center, 8,000 elite, shatters. Panic spreads. Men discard armor, trample comrades. Ravines, unscouted, become death traps. Fleeing warriors funnel in, suffocate under bodies. Saladin's guard flees. The Sultan mounts a racing camel, fastest escape, and runs. By 4 p.m., 20,000 Muslim dead. Supplies, gold, siege engines abandoned. Baldwin's force, heavy losses, but victory. They cut him from the saddle, unconscious, wounds torn open, body pushed beyond limits. Odo of St. Ammon weeps. He couldn't feel pain, so he never stopped. The night, Jerusalem rings bells for 72 hours. Peasants dance. Baldwin hailed as miracle, but victory accelerates his decline. Necrotic tissue spreads. Doctors give months. He lives 8 years, blind, immobile, yet rules, defends Jerusalem thrice more against Saladin. 1183 truce meeting. Saladin faces the broken king on litter. I do not understand how God gave such a mind to such a body, Baldwin whispers. So when I win, no one claims it was strength alone. Saladin rides away silent. 1185. Baldwin dies at 24. 2 years later, without him, Jerusalem falls. Montgisard teaches, numbers lie. Will, when freed from fear of pain, defies math. Baldwin's letter to his sister. They said I would die young. Right. A leper. Right. Unable to rule. Wrong. Perhaps God gives disease to prove flesh temporary, will eternal. For 8 years that shouldn't have existed, one boy held back an empire. A fragile victory, but a reminder. History turns on those who refuse the odds. Closing somber music. If this grips you, the will that defies calculation, subscribe to Crimson Historians. We unearth the moments that remind us the past isn't dead. It's warning. Which impossible victory next? Comment below. The darkness deepens.